hombre, para violar a una mujer, para agredir sexualmente a una mujer, necesita hacerse pasar por una mujer. A las mujeres no nos ponen en riesgo las personas trans, nos pone en riesgo la desigualdad salarial, la sobrecarga de cuidados y los agresores machistas.
So if you didn't get what the text on screen there, what she was saying was, she said, no man needs to impersonate women, to rape women, to sexually assault women. Trans people do not put us at risk. It is wage inequality, women's care burden, and sexist male aggressors that put us at risk. Just a really powerful speech at a time when so many people are saying that we cannot have transgender women in women's restrooms because it is a risk of violence, when in fact most violence against women is coming from cisgender men. The data supports that. So the World Health Organization reported that estimates indicate that globally 1 in 3, so 30% of women worldwide, have been subjected to either physical and or sexual intimate partner violence or non-partner sexual violence in their lifetime. So Marjorie Taylor Greene decided to tweet the following. She said, "Don't ever talk to me about equality again until biological women's rights and privacy are protected. Turning your head, allowing and championing the cancellation of real biological women and their right to compete in their own sports by biological men is not equality. But even worse is repeating the same decisions when it comes to biological girls' bathrooms, camp cabins, dorm rooms, and biological women's rape clinics, prisons, and healthcare. If you supposedly care so much, then actually care about real biological girls and women too." The logic here doesn't hold. And someone from the UK, Lucia Osborne Crowley, tweeted this out, which I think encapsulates just how convoluted the logic, the likes of people like Marjorie Taylor Greene who speak on this topic have fallen into. Just the logical fallacy is insane. So she tweeted out, 16 years ago, I was violently raped in a McDonald's bathroom by a man who I thought would kill me when it was over. Today, I ducked into a McDonald's bathroom to check my makeup on the way to Buckingham Palace to talk to Camilla about rape reform and ending violence against women. A bunch of people saw this tweet and started spreading the kind of nasty right-wing rhetoric that women will be subject to violence in bathrooms if trans women are allowed into them. And she decided to take to Twitter to say this. People are using this tweet to further their transphobic agendas, so I just want to say none of that is welcome here. Using a story like mine to argue that trans women shouldn't be allowed in women's bathrooms is despicable. I will always fight for trans rights. And so I really like the viral video from the equality minister in Spain because she very, very clearly says that actually violence against women is a problem and trans women are not the perpetrators of this. In fact, the opposite is true. So this is from the Williams Institute at UCLA, and they were the first institute to do research that assesses someone's sex assigned at birth against their current gender when it comes to them being the victims or perpetrators of crime. And what they found is that transgender people, ages 16 and up, are victimized over 4 times more often than cisgender people. Transgender women and men had higher rates of violent victimization, 86.1 and 107.5 per 100 people respectively, than cisgender women and men, 23.7 and 19.8 per 1,000 people respectively. So by spreading this narrative that by allowing transgender women to be allowed in spaces that are dedicated for women, that somehow puts women at risk when we're doing next to nothing about addressing violence against women perpetrated by cisgender men. We're pretty much covering for men by trying to make it seem like transgender women are the problem, but we're also putting transgender people at risk by spreading this narrative that is not backed in the data. So really good response from the equality minister in Spain, who is being pressed on this topic by a member of parliament there. We have the same problem in the United States. Maybe we could use an equality minister here to debunk Marjorie Taylor Greene and the likes. But this is a really serious issue. Rayyvana, I want to bring you in on it.
Yeah, trans people who use the bathroom of their gender identity are significantly more likely to be the victims of a crime while using that bathroom than they are to perpetrate a crime. And it's not even close. I mean, and that's why you never hear these stories about, the conservatives love to prop up this idea that trans people are pretending to be trans to use a bathroom so that they can, perpetrate these crimes against women. Where are the crimes then? Show me the crimes. They don't have any examples because it's just not happening. And I'll just say this too, don't ever let a TERF or a transphobe tell you that they just want to protect the rights of biological, meaning cis women. Because if you are a cis woman like I am, and you stand up for trans rights like I do, those same TERFs will turn around and start to speculate as to whether or not you are considered a woman under their worldview of what it means to be a woman. They'll discount you from their movement that supposedly is meant to support cis women specifically. I mean, and it's absurd. It's truly horrifying when trans people are, being so highly persecuted in this country, but it is reassuring to see someone at that high level, like the woman in Spain, standing up for trans rights and standing up for women's rights.
Yeah, and to see in the United States, people who are, members of the Party of Freedom, we have too much government, et cetera. And yet we have government officials telling people how they should live their personal lives and how they should identify, so much so that they should restrict which bathrooms they would want to use, which is a very intimate decision. It doesn't seem like the Party of Freedom to me, especially considering the fact that transgender people make up between 1% and 2% of the population in the United States, and yet they've made this an everyday conversation when it comes to American politics. When so many people are struggling to keep food on the table, it really tells you what their priorities are.